Welcome to a series of podcasts discussing series of films.
I'm Matt.
I'm Dave.
In a world inundated with prequels, sequels, spin-offs, and reboots, we ask the question,
Do we need one more? I think we do.
I think we don't.
All right, before we begin, I do think we have to wait for Jarnathan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Is everybody okay to just wait with us?
Everyone was okay. He should be here any minute now.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not like a waiting for Godot situation where we're just like waiting for Jarnathan and then he never shows.
That's true. Well, look, let's be honest with ourselves. It's Jarnathan. We love that guy.
We love that guy, bud.
And I really think we should save our thoughts on this movie for when because I think he personally will be very sympathetic to our thoughts.
I agree.
Do you guys not feel that we are equipped enough to make a judgment on this movie without him?
It's not that. Hey guys.
Welcome to the episode. We have a couple guests today.
That's true.
We do.
Oh yeah, another intro.
Do we want to
intro? Yeah.
say a little?
Making a noise.
For the people that are listening on audio,
yes.
There's a dog in the room.
There is a dog in the room, member of the Little Dude Club. This is
True.
Beanie Baby. He is 2 years old, and he's got attachment issues. My mom's not home right now, so he is.
He doesn't really like either of us. Me and Dish.
He's not about it.
He will warm up. I came over. He's got a thing with if you're wearing a hat or glasses.
Shit.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not even kidding. That sounds like a joke, but that is actually legitimate. He had a kind of an interesting first couple of months on this planet, and we think it involved people wearing hats and shades and stuff. I was wearing both a hat and shades last week when I came over,
Dang.
and he was furious with me for existing. So
never show him Captain America: Civil War. There's a lot of hats and shade combos.
Yeah, no, that movie probably pissed him off pretty bad. So
no, but he's a good boy.
He will be here. He's not getting any points though, unless the people say otherwise. I think
It's true. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for being with us.
he's not.
No comment.
He didn't even look at me. He just looked right away from me.
He's a little aloof.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But another quote unquote guest, I suppose, I don't know, is Producer Dash is here.
Producer Dash.
I don't know why I said that.
I'm here.
Welcome back to the sofa.
Back to Reclaim a show.
Yes.
That's true. It is his show. It really.
Thank you guys for being on the show with me today.
Yes,
you're welcome.
Yes. Troy and Abed in the morning.
Hell yeah. But no, so kind
Does that make me Pierce?
You could be Annie.
Do you want to? Yeah.
I'd rather be Annie.
Can I be the dean?
Yes, you can absolutely be the
I would
dean.
love to be the dean.
I'm gonna do the Jeff Winger and wear the shades and be on on some antidepressants and then
Hell yeah. I love it.
even
True.
his shadow.
But to give a little context, so obviously this year we've covered a lot of series of films, as is the thesis of this show. And in the process of doing that, we've taken little breaks. We've done what we call ostensibly right now, we call I Need One More, which is where one of us will decide a movie that does not have a sequel and kind of look back at it and contemplate whether or not it could have or should get a sequel. We started with my choice, which was Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer, go.
Yes.
Dave decided to show us Dread, which we all loved, getting to understand who is the law, which is a question we've really wondered for a couple of years.
And of course, the studios had to announce the sequel after we recorded that episode. So
Yes,
we
yeah.
didn't get to talk about that. But
After we
follow it up
recorded
one day.
and before it was released. And then to cap off the trilogy, this is our big one. This is the one that I was very excited to do.
Yes.
Dish has offered his I Need One More. And I remember you texting us about it, and we were like, by the way, I want it to be, and if you want to say the title of it.
Dungeons and Dragons. Honor Among Thieves.
Hell
Nice.
yes.
I was gonna say, don't forget the subheading.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, not to be
Because we're not
the-
doing the one with Jeremy Irons and
No.
which Wayne's brothers in it again?
It's give me one sec.
I know he was just in Him, and I feel bad for
Well, if it's in him, it should be Marlon.
I believe it's Marlon, but I also like
Um,
just rewatched one of the Scary Movies, and like one of the other brothers is in that one. And so
Well,
I
because
kinda-
it's Marlon.
and they're all like worked on those like kind of together stuff, but I always kind of
It's Marlon Wayans, yeah. Who's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
But
he's not in this one. So
no, there are some surprise people to be.
there are
that
some
pop up in
surprise
this.
people.
Oh my gosh!
So
Yes.
it's funny. I remember I remember when the movie came out. I didn't get to see it in theaters. Not to jump right to the relationship part, but
It's okay.
relationship.
Go
You can
ahead.
go
Dave.
ahead,
Tell us
but-
your relationship. With
It's
the movie.
Dish's show, but you can.
Yeah, I just rolled a 1, guys. The ceiling's gonna collapse on me. No, I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I remember you saw it and you were telling me that there was a big cameo. And
Yeah.
even on the second go through, I completely forgot he was in it again. And I was watching my girlfriend, and then she was like, "Is that Bradley Cooper?"
Fuck yeah. it
And I
is.
was like, "It is." And he's tiny.
I love that.
When did you see it? I can't remember. Did you see it in theaters or did you
No,
miss it? or-
I missed it basically, but I watched it at this house actually, which is funny enough on like would have a really big TV downstairs. So
Yes.
it's close. It's close
That's
to a
true.
theatrical experience.
If you just need someone on their phone or vaping. Or
Yeah, I need someone talking very loudly.
You
next
could have
to
given
me.
us a call.
Thanks. Yeah, for real.
I would have taken a phone call in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
It's true. Yeah, but
Yeah.
me? Oh no, I'm not busy right now.
But yeah, so that was like my viewing experience, and I had quite a good time with this one.
What is your relationship? I think it's kind of important to say because we've talked about when we talked about Spider-Man, kind of a relationship to the character of Spider-Man. In terms of Dungeons and Dragons, what is your
Yeah.
relationship to the to the
All of
game
it.
itself, to all of it?
Yeah, no,
Or
so-
include Stranger Things if you want.
Yeah, no, yes, I've only seen really season 1 of Stranger Things.
Okay.
No, no, I've been a part of several campaigns, and I don't think of myself as like a D&D guy or like a hardcore D&D'er, but like I've done enough campaigns where I probably should consider myself at this point.
Gotcha.
But I'm a little bit, I think, too casual, and I don't think I can compete with some people. Like, there's people who are like, no, I know what character I'm going to do when they roll up, and I sort of kind of improvise mine on the day and kind of just run with it as far as I can until I die
Fair.
with my characters and stuff. But yeah, I've played the game I've played the game a bunch,
Nice.
and all of its different systems and all the incarnations and stuff. So I'm very familiar with it. But
Do you still play now, or
no,
have you played recently?
I'm not part of a campaign right now. I'm just honestly too busy to
I
be a
understand.
part of one. But when I was watching this, I cannot talk today.
It's okay.
It's the dog. He's distracting me.
I understand.
No, when I was watching this movie, I was thinking, oh God, I miss being part of a campaign. But like I said, just a little busy with everything to take that on right now. So,
Fair.
but I'd love to do a one shot or something.
Sure. Fair.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Dish, you want to go next?
Can I go last?
You want to go? You can go last. Yeah.
It's his show, guys.
That's a good point. He calls the shots, which is true. No,
He's like, be
it's a
here.
collaborative.
This is the episode.
It's a collaborative
This is the turn
effort.
point.
We get
for me.
our assignments. We're like,
Yeah.
thank you, Dish.
Thank you for sticking to the scripts about your experience with D&D. And
Yes,
I
yes,
hope that
thank
you
you.
stick to yours right
Thank
now.
you. I
We've
really
got
liked it. Yeah.
Wally, the cue card guy from Late Night with Seth Meyers, hanging out there.
For everything.
Thanks,
The
Wally.
camera cuts wider, and what's his face from the Conan O'Brien? It's like
Andy Richter?
Andy Richter.
Okay, wait. Is anyone watching Dancing with the Stars?
No, I
Andy's
should
on
be.
it.
Yeah, you told me about this when
And
we
he's-
were doing the thing.
I look. By the time this episode comes out, the season might be over. So, but I just want to say I love Andy Richter so goddamn much. He showed up on that show with the energy of like, look, I know that I'm only gonna be here for like 2 weeks, and they're going into week 8. They're over halfway through the show. He's still there.
He's just so popular that he won't leave.
People love him. I was talking to Laura, my fiance, about it, and she was like, he's kind of like what this show is about. Not to say you can't be a skilled dancer on this show, but like he's a guy who has fallen in love with dance and wants to dance. He is one of the happens to be one of the stars. Anyways, we can get it. We can get more into the episode that we're actually talking about. But I just want to say, Dancing with the Stars.
This is your relationship with D&D.
exactly
About, right? Yeah.
This is my. This is I
Dancing
feel
in
like
dungeons.
I've talked about reality shows on this show a couple times, so this is just another kind of segment that we are continuing. So yeah, everyone watch Dancing with the Stars when it comes back because it's probably done when this episode is out. But
And the winner is
It's probably Whitney or Robert.
Okay.
The name is right here.
I'm making my this is my on-air thing. I'm assuming it's Whitney or Robert. I would love it to be both of them. If it was Elaine, that would be great. Honestly, everyone's really good on that show. This season is really great. Anyways, my thought.
Stick to the cards, man.
I know. I'm sorry, Wally.
He's going rogue.
My relationship with this movie first, I will say, is so I was never really familiar with the original movie. I've still never seen it. I found out that there was one from the 90s, like maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Around
Did you know
the time.
it also has like 3 sequels?
No.
Yeah, there's like 4 of that original. So the rest are all direct to DVD.
No,
So
that'll do it.
found that out when I was researching this episode and went, could have done the whole series, I guess. But
Next time.
Eh.
But I remember when this movie the trailer came out, and I watched the trailer. Thought the trailer was really fun, and when I saw that it was written and directed by Jarnathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley, I got quite excited. They're watching the dog roam.
He's not
He's
used to there
checking it
being
out.
this much equipment in the room, and so he's just like freaking out.
He's like, wow, this is your whole setup, huh?
He's like,
He's judging us.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
really is.
he's like, based on listening to the show, I thought, just a little.
Maybe a little bit more. No, but
He's like, have you guys been recording here this whole time? And we're like, technically, no.
no, just the last couple of weeks. But when I found out that Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley were making the movie, which are the
Yes.
guys who they wrote the first draft of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
They were very big parts of Freaks and Geeks. I want to say it was John Francis Daley who's actually on the show.
Yeah, he was. He's
Um,
also in Waiting. I don't know if you've seen that
Yeah,
one.
he
Ryan
is.
Reynolds movie. He's the new guy.
And then they also made, and this was a movie that I wanted to bring up also in this show, and maybe will pop up if we do more I Need One More at some point down the line. Also wrote and directed Game Night, which is a movie that I adore.
You're not alone. I fucking love that one.
It is a very underrated comedy. I think when people are like, they don't make funny movies anymore, blah, 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 like straight comedies.
Mhm.
Game Night is one where I'm like, that movie is fantastic.
That is. Jesse Plemons is hilarious. in that
I
movie.
was just watching his career. They did one of those, GQ retrospectives or whatever, and he talked about Game Night and his how could that be profitable for Frito-Lay. And it really is one of the best comedic performances.
Dish, have you seen Game Night?
Yeah, game night. No,
Like,
no,
I didn't even put you in the spot there.
I
It's like,
haven't.
don't hurt me.
It's if this movie is your vibe, Game Night will most certainly be your vibe. That movie is quite good. Kyle Chandler's in it. Lamorne Morris is in it. It's a
Yeah.
great gathering of people.
Yeah.
But so I got really excited for that, and then I went to see this movie in the theater with a old friend of ours,
Mhm.
and we both went in being like, "Oh, this will probably be fun." Like I really liked Game Night, whatever. Unfortunately, it was not a particularly filled out theater,
Mhm.
which is something that I sure we'll probably get to at some point, which is the fact that this movie was kind of fucked up by its marketing and release.
Yeah, marketing and release date. It's the week after John Wick 4 and week before. Was it Super Mario?
Oh yeah, it might have been.
I
Well,
think it was Super Mario. So it was like in between those.
really, they did not announce. They didn't have that much push for it. There was there might have been a second trailer, but
Paramount is kind of because this is a Paramount one, right?
yeah,
Yeah, they're kind of terrible at marketing. I think.
yeah, and also the new Naked Gun this year. I feel like kind of had a similar thing where people
Yeah.
there was more of a marketing push with that one.
Yeah, I feel like they tried with that
Um,
one, but I'm like, it's a bummer.
And that one did have a better box office return, but
Yeah.
but yeah, so I went and watched it, loved the movie,
Mhm.
walked out being like, hell yeah, was not expecting, and I'll get into my thoughts on it later,
Yeah.
but was not expecting some of the things that happens in this movie to happen. And that was kind of it. I mean, I've continued to love it, and whenever it gets brought up, I'll be like, that movie's really fucking good. It's like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, where I'm like, you know what movie's really good?
Yeah, you're like
Puss in Boots 2.
You're like
That movie's really
a
good.
movie no one asked to be as amazing as it is, and you're like, I think I've grown as a human watching it.
I think I've told this to you. I won't say the name of the person because I don't know if they want me to say it, but there was a filmmaker that I've been working with, and I did a short film for them. We did reshoots.
I'll say it. Spielberg.
Oh shit! No, it's someone we've known for a long time. We made a short film with, and we went back to do reshoots. And he was like, "Hey man, what have you been up to?" And I said, "Oh, this and that or whatever." He was like, "Have you watched anything good recently?" And the first thing that popped in my head, I was like, "Yeah, man, you seen Puss in Boots too? And he looked at me so confused. But I do the same thing with this. I'm like, that movie's really fucking good. I talk about game night with it. I love talking about this movie. And it establishes, I think for me too, and I say this with no disrespect to any of the other Chris's, I suppose, Pine is the best Chris, I think.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be honest. At least for me, I think he's the best Chris. And
I think he's underrated as a Chris.
I
sure.
think
he's underrated and versatile.
I think
For
this
sure.
movie is a shining example.
He's probably the most. I think like Chris said, versatile. I think he's the most versatile of all the Chris's.
I would agree. I think Hemsworth wants to be, and I think he
wants
can
to
be, but Hollywood refuses to let
Yeah.
him.
They refuse to
Thor.
utilize him in
Yeah.
an interesting
Sorry, but
or
he's Thor.
meaningful way.
He has tried to take risks and do other
Yeah.
stuff. He's
Yeah.
great in Furiosa.
Yeah, yeah, he's really that's a. We need more of that from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Furiosa.
A Mad Max saga. But my relationship with the game Dungeons and Dragons, kind of similar to you, Dave. There was a time we had a large group of friends for a long period of time that
Rub it in.
we kind of had but we kind of used to, we would do like basically like skewed like D&D. We would like kind of play our
it
own
was sort
version of the game.
Yeah, they took like a lot of the mechanics and sort of like streamlined it to make it just a little bit more like entry level friendly. I guess.
Yes. And then we played a couple times. I have not played in probably like 6 years.
It's probably been about the same for me.
It's been a long time. There was a campaign.
Probably like 5 years. I'll say. I
We
think I did
had-
a one shot a little bit ago.
Okay. I haven't.
but-
There was, I think it was the last game that I played, because when we were doing our kind of like Frankenstein version of the game, people could kind of like come back whenever. Like we kind of just had, oh, you want to come back? Great. In the whatever.
Yeah, to be like, we'll find a reason for you guys to come back.
We had a guy who was the DM for one of the campaigns. No one had ever actually died in like a legitimate version of the game, and I was the first one. And it was like, oh, like we can try to bring you back in as another character or whatever. We hadn't really done it, and I was like, yeah, let me think. Sorry, Dish, I bumped your arm. But
Sorry.
it's like,
He's
this is
taking
my
over.
fucking show.
You hit me
on my show?
Rebellion.
But my character died, and I remember everyone like sitting around being like, oh, that hasn't happened before. And then there was talks about me coming back as another character, and I just couldn't come up with one that I liked, and I just kind of, the game continued on, and I did not continue on, and then I just didn't play after that.
Yeah.
It's a very fun game. I like the game a lot. I don't know too much about like the actual specific like lore basically, but when I have played, I have quite enjoyed it. Dish?
Yeah, so D&D.
Yeah.
No, okay, sorry. I totally blanked. Beanie over
That's okay.
here is like,
real
what's
quick. I got a
going on?
text from Jarnathan. He said he's running late, but he did not elaborate.
Okay.
all.
So
So,
All right,
he'll
we'll-
get
we'll
here.
carry, hun.
So maybe
We'll
we
keep
just,
riffing.
We'll just kind of
until
keep
we really get
riffing,
to the
And then
kinda
we'll
touch
start
on
the
some
episode
thoughts,
when
and
he's
then we'll
here.
really start the episode
Yeah.
when he gets here.
Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah.
No, so this was one of the movies, and I think I'm this way because of like Marvel movies, where I did not want to see any of the trailers. I was like, I want this movie to be good. I saw like the teaser or whatever, and I was like, oh, they're making one, and I heard about it. But I was like, I don't want to see anything about it. And then when I finally went to go see it, I was so pleasantly surprised. Similar, like, just like that was a solid movie.
No,
How the heck did they do that?
It is
Like,
surprisingly. You're just like, that's really good. That's exactly what I wanted out of
Yeah.
this. Like,
and so for me, the movie was great. I was like, I love that. I just watched it for the second time today to prepare for these episodes, so I haven't like seen it a bunch of, rewatchability, and like I saw it and it's good, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it when I watched it this
I
past
found
week.
it highly rewatchable
I
as
was
well.
like,
I've
oh,
also
this is fantastic.
I only watched it. I watched it for the second time.
Yeah.
For this. So.
And it's because for me, I consider myself very lucky, even though one of the biggest enemies of D&D in the entire world and the realm and all that good stuff is scheduling conflicts. I have been very lucky. I've been in a core group of a bunch of nerds since late 2019, and we
Nice.
play just about for a long time we were playing every other week, but now we play basically every single week.
That's awesome. That's like the hardest part of D&D is just getting everyone to meet regularly.
Legitimately,
the first campaign I was a part of, we literally would meet like once every other month, maybe. And so it took like 2 years to do the campaign.
It's hard, and that's why I say like I consider myself so lucky to have like a consistent group that's able to play together. And for me, like I started knowing about D&D when I started playing in 2019. My buddy was just like, hey, you want to come play? And I was like, sure. Figured it out, fell in love with it. Like, this is imagination on crack. Like, I'm gonna go off on this. This is like the best thing ever, you know?
I could do anything and rolls a 1. Damn it. Not today.
And it was just like so fun. The next campaign that we did, so our second one, I DM'd, and that was like one of the biggest challenges for me, like just in writing and also like the stress of running it. That campaign was wild. We had like 9 people in it also, so it was insane for our first go. But now we're on like our 5th campaign. This past month or 2, I actually just ran like a mini dungeon crawl just for fun. There's like we made characters and shuffled all them.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun. But D&D is like just amazing to me, and it's a super fun like escape. And the movie, I think, captured so much of that for me, which we'll get into. But like it was like an instant connection of like my relationship with the D&D the last, at that point, 4-ish years.
Yeah.
This movie comes out, I'm like, that happens. Like I've been there. And there was a lot of moments where like when I heard about it, it would have been funny if it was like one of those D&D movies where they like exit though, like they go out of the fourth wall. Like and they're like around a table playing or something. But it definitely was like, a better choice, I think, to go for that. Like in the world only, you're these characters and it's that magic piece.
They talk about that. I remember in the press before seeing the movie, I remember them talking because it was like, oh, did you ever consider it to be like a break the fourth wall? You have, a Jumanji situation, not 1 but 2 and 3, where there are people outside the game that go into the game, or
it becomes Danny DeVito,
or a Lego movie situation, right? And they
true,
and I think it works in the Lego movie because it serves a very specific narrative purpose. But when they were talking about it, and I think this is a very good point for this, they were like, we thought that if you were to cut to either a different group of actors or the same group of actors sitting around a table rolling the dice or whatever, the stakes of the characters that you're watching in the world would instantly
suck a lot of the energy out, probably.
Be flattened, which I think is a very valid choice, and I think that's the right choice. I think this movie is like, this is one of those like, I know that it's based on a very popular, famous IP, obviously, like all this other stuff. But this is a movie for me where I was like, when I walked out, and I was like, no shit, this movie's really good. Is that it's a movie I feel like we don't get anymore.
No, we don't. This is like the perfect like mid-budget action movie.
True. It is $150 million.
So it's not a mid-budget.
But it feels like a mid-budget.
It does.
Step up your game.
I guess nowadays $150 million is unfortunately kind of mid-budget.
They're like, it's Star Wars with $400 million. It's the most expensive movie. This movie makes 600. It has to do $1 billion or it's nothing. Like
I was having this conversation
$1 billion
with
to break even. Like it's crazy.
But
I will also say the movie, like, I think it looks really good for the most part. I have like one complaint about this movie.
Okay,
it's too clean.
Interesting.
Like I just wish there was more dirt. Like it's like if it's a fantasy world, like like Lord of the Rings, like
Aragorn
is like sweaty and covered in
yeah.
like dirt, like all 3 movies, and it is until he becomes like king that he's like ethereal and like. And even then, like there's still a little bit of like grit in the world, like and stuff. So it's like it's not like it doesn't ruin the movie for me, kind of thing. But I kind of wish it was like just dirtier, grimier, realer, I guess. Because it kind of like they feel like they're wearing costumes, I guess.
Sure.
But I know it's a comedy also, so like that I think informed some of those decisions. But
I was gonna say I feel like it is kind of like, obviously I know it talked about the like we don't want to flatten the stakes, but it does feel like the movie is kind of like what we talked about several weeks ago now, I think.
150 million is mid-budget.
Yeah. Well, so I think
it feels mid-budget. I guess it isn't a mid-budget movie, but
well, talking about kind of what you were saying with the costumes and everything. I feel like I know a couple weeks back, I think at this point, we talked about H2O, and we talked about kind of how that movie and like the Scream kind of meta tone kind of clashes with a Halloween movie. And I feel like I feel like this movie is kind of similar to the original Scream in a way. Not
Interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Not in the sense that like the movie is cutting to other fantasy movies, but like there is a tone of like, because obviously you have a cultural kind of osmosis understanding that of what Dungeons and Dragons is to some level of like, oh, a bunch of people around a tabletop. And I think this movie still gives you the feeling of you are watching people play this game. Like it still feels like a game being played.
Yeah, it feels like it could do the thing where it cuts away, but it just never does.
And there's
which I
those things
appreciate.
where it's like, oh, that just happened. That was a nat 1. Like,
Yeah,
they rolled really poorly.
Yeah,
on
you
that.
can tell what they're rolling, which
Yeah.
is really fun.
They do a good job of capturing the game in the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really loved and I want to shout out is the movie's practical effects. I adore.
All the magic was real.
That is true. That was also what I was referring to. No, but I remember watching it in the theater, and there's that moment. Obviously, it starts with the guy with the orc or whatever, like coming off the prisoner transport and walking through the jail. And I remember being like, oh, like that's cool. Like, you know, you have the practical orc or whatever. And then as we're going up the jail, there's that cut to the people in the cell. And I just remember being like, whoa, wait a second. Snake person? I was like, there's a snake man that is practical that we sit on for maybe 2 seconds and cut away from. And my brain, I remember watching it for the first time and I was like, wait, I have to catch up. I didn't realize we were in this fucking movie. Like, I didn't know this was the kind of movie we were doing.
I know, just weird animal people roaming and no one's like weirded out by it.
Well, also just the practical effects of them, like how perfect, and I think the makeup is amazing. As does, I think Jarnathan looks fantastic, which I'll tell him in person whenever he arrives.
Yeah, I haven't got an update, so he's still on his way, I guess.
You know, he has his own way of getting around.
This is the part of the episode I really feel like he would get.
Yeah.
Hey, what I wanted to ask him, like, what the scene was like, what he was trying to bring to the thing, and you know, it's just, I don't know.
Hey, when we'll get there when we're at. We put a pin in it.
We'll
We'll
backtrack. Kind of like the movie. We'll backtrack. We'll do a. How did we get here, guys?
But I think this.
So $150 million mid budget. I'm just kidding.
Yes. But no, I think this movie is. It was one of those as I was watching it that I was like, this movie doesn't necessarily break any molds, but I think it is one of those movies that is so deeply effective in what it's doing. That it's like, all right, yeah, like this is, even though I know, like, you know, they're like, you know, Chris Pine playing the roguish, you know, a scoundrel with a heart of gold, has a wife that's died and a child that's estranged, he's trying to win it. You know, these are things that we have seen before.
Yeah.
But I think the distillation of them, I don't know if that's the right word that I'm looking to use right now, but just I think it is still effective in what it is trying to do, and it sets a really wonderful ensemble cast, I think.
I would agree with that.
That really sells it even more. I mean, it is the power of casting. Not that I think this movie is bad with a different cast, but I do think it's
part of the reason I think the movie works really well, though.
Yeah, it's really good chemistry.
Because obviously it's Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez,
Justice Young,
Justice Smith,
Young Justice.
Yes, Sophia Lillis, and Hugh Grant, and then Ray J. John Page.
Yes,
and
both hilarious in very different ways.
Yes. Well, okay.
Actually, everyone's really funny in a very specific way, unique to them, and it is hilarious.
What I love, and I love this about the movie. Another thing that when it happened, I was like, God, this movie's fucking smart. Is the use of Ray J. John Page, because he is really good in this movie.
Yeah, he almost feels like he walked out of Lord of the Rings and into this movie by accident.
A little bit. And I think, I know they're doing, basically, for lack of a better term, they're doing the Drax thing with him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think he's so good in this movie, and I feel like it's one of those performances and one of those characters where you feel like the instinct would be, let's write him into more of the movie.
Yeah.
And I think him, especially like in Dungeons and Dragons, you'll have characters show up to help you go somewhere or do something.
He's clearly like the guest player.
And they'll move off. And I think the movie's decision to not include him, I know he shows up for a second in the end, but to have him show up for basically one scene and then an extended sequence, and have him dip out of the movie is such a smart bit of restraint. And I find his performance, his action, I think the character is very fun. The idea, obviously, that it's like a guy that, Chris Pine is like, listen, I had an experience with you know, but that he shows up, all that, the conflict I think is very effective and fun. And I don't know. When that happened, when he walks off and then he doesn't come back, I was like, this is exactly what you should be doing.
He's he's walking in a very straight line. What's he gonna do with the rock? Is he gonna? Oh, he's going over it.
Wonderful. Which apparently is somewhat an improvised joke.
Yeah, I guess. And then maybe he just kept going, and then I feel like it was one of those things where he just kept going, and they were like, it'd be really funny if he just really walked off, and then they kind of reshot.
That's what I think it was. Is that
match it a little bit better? But
yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, I think like you said, Dave, like it's like this cast does kind of bring the extra, I don't know, chemical X or whatever we're talking Powerpuff Girls terminology, to really boost it more, I suppose. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the plot, about how we move through this?
Hate
this
it.
story?
No good. Get rid of it.
Sure. Fair.
No, I already said I loved it, but
classic. Like, so for me with D&D, like, I've always done like homebrew, so I know the Sword Coast, I know this stuff, right? But I'm not like, I know each faction within the current world and the set and all this type of stuff. So like, whatever the names of the faction and the witches and the wizards and the things, it's like, this is just a classic D&D thing.
Yeah.
The bad wizards want to do something bad and bring it here. Like that's, and it's so simple. And then you have the scoundrel who's like trying to get money, and then he gets God in the end. Like, it's just like the classic things. And I gotta say, I know we're kind of jumping around, but Hugh Grant in this,
so good,
amazing.
He's on fire.
Love it. Like,
maybe not acting, but
like a good old classic, like Notting Hill. Love him, but like more as the little like scoundrel, semi bad guy. I love him in those type of movies now.
No, for when he's talking about when Pine and Rodriguez jump back in, they're like realizing that he's switched everything up and has been treacherous or whatever.
Yeah,
where he's like, I honestly do love to be a dad. I mean, to have someone that you can shape in your image, I'm basically a god. Like
the way like
the jump,
he touches something warm and then immediately like into the darkness.
Like I was like, not only is that a very funny bit of writing and a good way to keep this character being a piece of shit. Hugh Grant. It's easy slam dunk casting. But it is effective.
It's effective because he's so annoying and you clearly like don't like him and he's irritating, but in a way that is so funny you want to watch every second of it. You
love him still because he's Hugh Grant.
Yeah, because sometimes you see a character do this and it's like my blood is boiling, but Hugh Grant is like perfect at like making you like want to watch him.
Well, it's the villain you love to hate kind of a vibe. All that stuff. And I will say I kind of underappreciated, I think, and I at least in this movie and stuff like that. But like, I think Michelle Rodriguez is great in this.
She's great.
I think she's really fucking good
as a barbarian.
I
awesome.
Gotta say, I think I actually took notes in this. I haven't taken notes for any of the other stuff we did, but I think most of my notes were things that she said.
She's really good.
She's a great one. All the writing for the characters are really strong, I think, and then she just fits in really nicely in a way that I don't think she gets to flex in like in the Fast and Furious movies.
No, although she's still good in those movies.
Is she?
Yes.
Okay.
I think she's quite good in them.
I've always suspected she's underutilized. I probably shouldn't really speak out of turn. I haven't really seen that many of them, but
Fast and Furious can at times seem like a movie that would do that to Michelle Rodriguez or any person like that, and they often sometimes do that.
Yeah, I just kind of had this idea that she's kind of in the background being like, "Dom, you can't do that," and then he's like, "I'm gonna do it, family."
She
gonna do it anyways.
But
360 drifts, no scopes through the Burj Khalifa or something.
She's really great. Letty is great. I loved seeing her in this, and I think her and Pine have terrific chemistry. Honestly,
it's the chemistry, because even I think one of the first ones where like it stands out for me, when the barkeep is like, "Oh, a drink for you and your wife," and they're like, "No," and then what is it? Where
his
they're
lips
like,
or
oh no,
whatever.
no, we're not. He's got
Yeah.
weird lips or something. And he's like, what's wrong with my lips?
What does she say? She's like, they're too big for your face.
Yeah, something like that. Or like
He's
too
like-
small. And it's just like, huh? A lot of people like my lips. One of the ones, so actually the first note I wrote, I know we're jumping around, but was the "Oh Jarnathan" in the beginning, because that part is so amazing. The emotiveness and expression on that lady's face when she's like, "Oh Jonathan," like it's happened before.
Yeah, there's a reoccurring theme.
Like it
Just-
seemed like
Just the setup of like we need him because he'll speak for us.
He's
I
our
know
character
him.
witness
We go
or
way
whatever.
back. He will convince them and be on our side, and we'll be able
No.
to talk our way out because our crimes really aren't that bad in the grand scheme. We can play the sympathy card, and they get there and they just push him out a
yeah,
window.
they're like, no, he has wings.
And obviously the joke of like, but we approved your pardon and all
That
that
Which is
stuff.
also
so
very
funny.
D&D of like
That
you
is
don't
so
know if
D&D.
they're gonna do it or not, so someone just knee jerks and does something really stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it also speaks to the characters themselves, I think, within the context of the movie. That
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, these people who are like, deciding, who, whatever, like deciding the pardon is like, oh no, we do empathize with you. We
Yeah.
do reach out to you.
Yeah.
And they just assume that they won't,
Yep.
which is quite funny.
Just like a D&D party would.
It's
Yeah.
true.
You're like, it's
You
gonna
really-
be worse.
yeah.
I got to do something.
I do, as I continue to make the case that Chris Pine is the best Chris, I just do want to bring up when he's knitting in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he goes, I think I'm gonna. He goes, I think I'm gonna not do the fingers. I think I'm just gonna make it into mittens. And then there's like a 2-second bit, and he goes, "Who am I trying to impress?" Like that. When he hits that, I'm like, that is a
Yeah.
half court shot. Like that is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is such an incredible
delivery.
3-point swish on the bit.
like it's little stuff like that where you're like no one else is doing it in this same way. Not to say that someone couldn't be charming, but Pine has such a good like, I'm kind of fucking hot shit, right? Like kind of a thing. That I think is great.
I think, and on that note, it's like they so tastefully play classic D&D tropes. Like
Yeah.
he's just the bard.
Yeah.
He's the guy who has the high charisma that can just get away with it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not the best in a battle. Maybe, he's the guy running or like, jumping ahead to the scene where they're like,
They're trying to escape.
they're trying to escape, and he's like,
she's trying to get the ropes off
trying to
the
get the
whole
ropes off the
fight.
entire time. And dude, that scene actually, even right before that, where she's like stalling and asking like, so what do you clean your blade with?
Yeah.
That is also so D&D, and I think they do those things so well. The chemistry of the cast and how they all go together. It's like, it's this weird like transportation for me where I'm like, I've had these stupid conversations with my friends.
Yeah.
I have to. Like,
I've been in these
it
experiences.
takes me back to so many like moments in like different campaigns where, especially like the knee jerk. We don't know if they're gonna go with us, and then later the
Yeah.
GM's just like, by the way, you guys we're gonna be fine if you had just like
Yeah.
played it straight. So I'm gonna tell you that now because I like that there's more problems because you guys are like flaky.
Mhm. Yeah, that part is like just such a solid like setup because it's like who would have thought that what do you clean your blade with, and you're just like talking about it, and then that action sequence is actually amazing to me.
I
I
think
think
the
that's
action's
so
really
phenomenal.
good.
All of the action in this is very like, not only do I think it's well choreographed, but it's very clear. You don't
Yeah.
get lost in it. Everything is very
Very clear.
Yeah,
They're also very
Legible.
like in touch with like what people are always trying to do in D&D, where someone's like, what if I like grabbed the bow and
Right.
like did one of these, and like slingshotted it back in their faces. Like when that move happened, I was like, I saw a guy try to do that years ago.
yeah. No, it's phenomenal. The
And
whole
it's
like
just the
brick and,
the
like-
shared experiences of D&D
Yeah.
somehow made their way in.
that
Well-
whole scene is phenomenal to me, and they do a few of these, and I don't know if there's a more technical term, but like when he goes to hit the guy with the axe and then the axe like
Comes
does the
out.
classic like 3D
Yeah.
Yeah.
movie glasses
I
thing.
did write
like,
a note that
it should
moment
have been.
rules.
They
Yeah.
have like 3 of those or something that are like so perfect for the 3D movie experience that I
Fair.
think are like so funny, but they're fun. Like the boom, it's like so perfect. But
It's I mean, part of what's I think is important, they say action is like dance, where it's like it's a rhythm. You have to stay on beat in a sense. And I think that moment is one of those moments where it's like the rhythm of this scene is really entertaining and engaging. And yeah, I think the setup for a lot of these characters are very good. I mean, when they introduce Justice Smith, where they're like, when we reintroduce ourselves to him, where he's been the last 2 years, they say they were stuck.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Sorry. I'm not going to interrupt.
Oh no. You can go ahead. If you want.
I was going to say right before we
It's
get
your
to
show,
him.
dude.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I was pretending to be nice.
Thank you.
No, the
He was
scene right before that,
feigning nice.
another one of those chemistry moments between the two, where they're talking about like, what if we like shoot an arrow up to her, and it's like, and the question of like, well, what if we hit her? And it's like, sorry, that's not worth it or whatever. But then it jumps down, I think, and then she's like, then she'll know we abandoned her for the right reasons. The delivery of those, it's the classic barbarian with the low intelligence. Is just like great in a fight, but like not great to talk to necessarily.
The planning stage is not quite like, it's
I
like
think-
she could turn into a deer, and you're just like, what?
What?
Why a
Yeah,
deer?
blending in the city, like
I
the
think-
perfect stuff.
And then they did use the deer, which I think is really
That's
funny
amazing.
that did work out.
That whole
'Cause you
one
cut to
take is
the-
great.
you cut to the, so she did turn into a deer.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, yeah. When they say the abandonment for the right reasons thing, he's like, all right, well, I don't like the way that you don't have to say it
Not
like
the
that.
way you said it, but,
Like, I don't like that you think this counts as a win.
but no, but
Simon, yeah.
I think yes, Simon, thank you. Justice Smith, who is a really lovely actor. I think he's fantastic.
He's really good.
I have not seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which he's in,
Oh, that's right.
but I have seen I saw the TV Glow, and he's fucking phenomenal in that movie.
I have to finish that one. I was struggling to get into it, and I really want to rewatch it.
That movie is I think really smart and beautiful. But he'll be in Now You See Me, Now You Don't,
Yes,
which I'm very excited
about.
But no, he's one of those guys where I'm like, this guy's so good, and I would love to see him continue to get. I mean, he's been in big movies, but
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
I feel like
Detective
I
Pikachu.
he's
Oh,
good in Detective
yeah,
Pikachu.
That's him.
Yeah,
That was
but,
good.
that's fun. A two-hander, him and Ryan Reynolds. Who would have
That's-
thought that would have worked?
Yeah. No?
So there was something on Justice Smith. He had like a video clip that he was talking about the magic usage in the movie.
I think I saw
And
this.
you
clip.
probably saw it. It was, maybe I even sent it to you guys, but like he was talking about like, I've always hated the classic
yeah.
like just the
Holding
hand
on your
movement,
hands.
just force lightning, just holding your hands there doing nothing. And he was saying like he just liked to do whatever with his hands, like, okay, what would the spell be? And then he's like, just let the VFX guys like figure it out.
And then
Just like, I'm
like-
gonna do this, and they'll have to deal with it.
Hard cuts to the VFX guy, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like SpongeBob level close up of them.
yeah,
just
it was like an
miserable.
ultra detailed face.
And I think there's something magical to that, where it's like it
Mhm.
isn't the classic, just like hold your hand out, cast a spell, but it's like
No, yeah.
he's very thoughtful with it.
It
Yeah.
feels very organic.
And he's very consistent too. Like he had a plan. Like he
Yes.
doesn't like just do anything and it's all wishy washy. Like it's very specific. But it is fun that he also got to like come up with like the moves basically.
Yeah, and I think the magic use in this movie is all pretty good. I love when we're reintroduced to him. Obviously, there's the moment where he's doing all the bullshit tricks, and they're like, "Oh, I guess he didn't get better," but he's actually pickpocketing everybody, which is
Yeah.
funny. I actually do want to call
That's a
out-
great reveal because I was like, "That's right, he's a crappy magician," and then I was like, "Oh no, that's right, he's a great thief."
He's gotten really good. Shout out to one of the one of the day players, I suppose, who when that reveal has happened, it's like some British guy who goes, "He's nicking all bits and bobs," is what he says.
The all the like random like one lines like the day players all fantastic in this movie.
It's so good. But when he kind of reverses gravity on himself,
Yeah,
all that affects there are a couple moments where it's just like energy burst.
yeah.
But generally, I think a lot of the magic is really fun. The hither thither stick is
Very
really
cool.
fun and cute.
All the use of magic is really good too, especially just like the way it's like written in, like the heists, all phenomenal and intricate and weird, and like the only could happen in a D&D movie, basically. Like,
Well, part of the reason that when I, for many reasons that when this movie came out, that I was like, Dave, you should go see this, is that as the movie continues on, and I was like, this is a fucking heist movie. Like I was like,
I'm a big fan of the
this
heist
is
movie.
this is a magic heist movie. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, and not a Now You See Me magic heist movie,
Yes.
but a Lord of the Rings style magic heist movie. Both of which I appreciate. But yeah, I love the way that this movie it has much like a D&D campaign. It has several different missions basically. But I don't think the movie ever feels. This movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes, which generally I would say probably a little too long.
Sounds
something
long
like
on
this.
paper for this particular IP, but
But I actually am okay with it this length. I think it's pretty
paced,
good.
It's paced really well, so I like it. It doesn't feel like a 2 hour 15 movie.
Well, I also think
It
it's.
feels like an hour 50, if anything.
I think a lot of the times too, it's like every time we're going off to do another thing, it doesn't feel like we are losing, like, it doesn't feel like unnecessary.
No, and it never like loses momentum either.
we-
Like you really feel like you're on a journey.
We've talked about this on the show before, the classic kind of cliched South Park, like, don't have it A happens, then B happens. Have it be because A happens, then B, and I think this movie is really good in keeping that it's like, well, in order to do this, there is only, the movie is clever in how it kind of has to like keep taking one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah.
Which I also think then kind of amplifies and elevates the idea that these guys
Yeah.
are, I mean, the moment when they're sneaking, before the dragon sequence where there's like the brain dogs or whatever, and they're like, which are
that's my favorite joke in the movie. I'm just gonna go on the record.
No,
that's the best one.
It's
that one's hilarious.
Where it's just like they only attack at people with fierce intelligence.
Yeah, if you have higher intelligence, the more likely they are to attack, and they all just wander past every single one of them.
Can't say
they don't
I'm a
even
little
stop
hurt.
to sniff.
Yeah,
and it's just
What
nope,
does he say?
nothing here.
He's like, that's a little disappointing or something.
He
Like,
says it's a little hurtful.
I'm a little
Hurtful,
hurtful.
that's a good one.
Another great delivery by the best Chris.
Yeah.
No, I think
Give me a Star Trek 4. I'm just saying, I'm ready. I want that.
it was watching this movie that I was like, man, he would be great if we ever get a star. I mean, he's great in everything.
Yeah.
Like Pine is such a good actor. Hot take, but like it is one of those where I'm like, I would love to see him come back and do Kirk again. Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, whatever he does, I feel like he hasn't done anything in a while.
Well, he directed.
It's been 2 years.
He directed his own movie, I
Cool
think, last
Man.
year, which got ripped to shreds. I
Yeah.
did not see it.
I have it.
He was like, I made the movie I wanted to make, so I'm happy.
Good on him.
So I don't really care if no one likes it. And so I'm like, that's good. Keep a chin up.
I'm still meaning to take a swim in the pool and watch Pool Man.
Mm-hmm.
But I have yet to do so.
Pool Man.
Danny DeVito's in it.
Hey, is he really?
Annette Bening. Yeah,
That's a good get.
it's fucking cool, man. That's when I watched the trailer, I was like, I hope this movie rips, and unfortunately, it was not received very well. But I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it.
I can't comment on that. It just, it sounds like it's like a movie without a plot, but like no one. But I'm like, well, there's lots of great movies that don't have plot. Like,
Yeah.
so.
It's true.
But, I don't know.
But
For another time.
yeah. But I think this movie is smart in the way that it is structuring itself. It's doing a lot.
Yes.
And it's constantly throwing new shit at you, which I think kind of helps it not be taxing. Is that is constantly engaging you.
Mhm.
But yeah, all that stuff. I mean, the daughter relationship I think is okay. Generally, like it's not. I don't think it's poorly performed, but it's not the strongest.
Yeah.
They hit the right beats with it, but
the ideas are really strong though.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
Especially just the like when that's a good like all at the end, but just the idea of like, I wasn't trying to bring back your mom. I was trying to bring back my wife. I thought was a
That
really
is
like
really
palpable
smart.
moment that I really
will
enjoy.
say, so I am not afraid. I cry at movies all the time.
Fair.
I was surprised this one got me.
It got you. Oh,
Yeah.
In the end there, I was like, he's realizing, spoilers, that like his daughter is more important than like his wife, because that was his life before his daughter, essentially, and like so on and so forth. So it's like that moment, and he's like, I'm gonna choose this lady who's essentially my best friend,
Yeah.
who is more
Basically
of a
his
mother
sister.
to my daughter,
Yeah.
who I love and is alive. Like,
yeah, this is what she needs.
yeah, that was a really
This
powerful
is who
moment.
she needs.
Yeah.
Which is, I do think that's a very,
Yeah.
I mean,
just the idea of the whole movie just kind of boiling down to this like father-daughter relationship, I think is a really smart move on their part.
and I think there's a, obviously there's elements of like the found family theme in this, which is not, Guardians of the Galaxy is a lot like that. A lot of like ragtag group movies have some element of found family. But I think this movie does do a pretty good job in structuring, it adds this moment of like, oh, not who I need, but it's who she needs. That's her mother and not my wife, essentially.
Yeah, when it cuts back,
He's a
and
really
she's
smart-
like start teaching her to walk. I was like,
Yeah. No, I think all that stuff is incredibly smart. Yeah.
I want to jump back to a little bit of chronological again.
Sure.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I think there's what scratched the itch in this movie is that there's so many things that are so D&D.
Mhm.
The owl bear,
Owlbear.
classically throwing the owl bear in there is like such a classic D&D animal. And the way they presented it, it wasn't like some like weakling thing. It was like, no, this is the owlbear. This is what you should be afraid of, like the monster manual describes. And like I think it's so amazing how they portray it, how they introduce the druid. I think she does a fantastic job as a druid.
Yeah.
I love that goes into them meeting and talking, and you get the line, so you make plans that fail.
Yes. That whole scene is great.
Love it because he walks it out, explains it, and he literally explains that he makes plans that fail. He's like, no.
Okay, so plan C. Isn't that just plan A? Yeah, but plan A's got a stink on it.
Yeah. All that stuff is. Let's keep it
Same
moving.
exact thing, but
Then
branding.
we'll go to plan D. That's just plan B. That also has a stink on it.
Yeah. All that stuff.
I
Is,
It's
love
like I'm
that.
trying to improve morale.
I love that. Yeah. No, the following scenes, and I'm just looking kind of through my notes because I really wanted to mention these things.
Sure.
Yeah.
This felt very D&D also. When Hugh Grant's character is showing the rich guys like, hey, the safe, it's so, the vault or whatever, it's so safe. This is my wizard who can tell you all about it. And it felt so D&D, like a dungeon master who didn't prepare enough to go, she'll tell you all the details. It's Mordenkainen's, or the arcane seal of Mordenkainen. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, they're like, okay, that
Sure.
sounds,
And that's all you have to say. Like he doesn't
that
have
sounds
the
that
DM
sounds sick as fuck.
doesn't have the notes and doesn't have the next thing to explain it. Guys, just deal with. That's all I have prepared.
It's
Like,
that.
it's really cool. Get over it.
and then a moment that also reminded me of that I have in my notes, and is maybe the most famous or iconic, I think, scene of this movie. You could argue
Whoa.
is
Let's argue.
the scene with the dead soldiers.
That seems
Oh my
really
God,
great.
yes.
That there's that moment.
100%.
There's that moment where Justice Smith is explaining it, and he's like, "You can only ask them 5 questions." And he goes, 5 questions? Why
questions?
not just 5? And he's like, "I don't know. It's just what it
Seems
is."
arbitrary.
Yeah, they say seems arbitrary, and he's like, Whatever, man." Like,
And the literal moment of you can picture these people playing around a table,
yeah,
doing was that 5? Or the hey, only answer when I
Yeah,
only
not when
answer
I-
when I address you, okay? And he's like, why did you say okay? Like turning it, and he's like,
you've
I
made
did
it a
it.
question.
And he goes, I did it. And you can just see the DM messing with these people, being like, I answered your 5 questions.
I answered it. I'm done. I'm out. Yeah.
It's
So funny. It's like you can see. It's like you can feel the ghost of the DM floating through the movie,
seriously,
which is wild. Like it makes this movie really unique because no other movie could have this experience. Like it's wild that they were able to capture that spirit so strongly.
Well,
Yeah.
also, like, the bit where he's like, when they're like, he's like, well, and like the guy who died in the bathtub, or who died getting out of the
getting out
bath
of
and
the
slipped,
bathtub.
Yep.
which is a great joke. And then
it's
it's
his
like,
brother they were looking for, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and the moment where they get up and he's like, all right, let's find the next guy. And he's like, wait, he still has more questions. You don't answer? He's like, do I need to? And he's like, sure. He goes, I don't know. What's your favorite food? And he's like, oats. No, barley. And Pine's like, okay, do you like cats? Like that energy.
It's such like a we have to do it, I guess.
I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking, I need to continue on with the campaign, but
He's
now
like, I'm trying to
there's-
do some questing shit. I don't want to stop and do
Like,
this.
why do we have to play this out?
Yeah.
Because the DM wants to.
When they do the bit again with the guy where he's like, what's your favorite book? He's like, oh, it's hard to name just one. It's so funny.
Yeah, this movie's got such a good sense of humor too. It's
And the makeup
It
again
does.
with those soldiers is
Really
so
good.
good.
I think that realistically, there I don't know about the people who wrote it or any of that, honestly, but there must have been such a good collaboration with people who actually play D&D.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it
Feels
wasn't
like it.
just like
There's clearly like a
we've heard
respect
of
for
it.
it, you know?
it's like, no, these are probably actual stories from people one way or another, whether they sourced them,
Yeah, it's like the other
Do
scoured
a
through
good
Reddit
survey.
or they know a lot of friends who
actually
told
did it,
stories.
yeah.
Like
Well, like when I remember reading something that was kind of, I don't remember I might be butchering parts of this, but like when they get put into the arena, when they get put into the games,
yeah.
that there are those 2 other groups that are on their left and right. And I
Mhm.
remember the directors
Yeah.
being like, these are people that are basically on their own campaigns, and hypothetically you could explore
Yeah, you
their
could
own
do a
campaign.
movie
you
with
know,
that.
one of them is from like the old OG cartoon.
No. Oh no.
Oh, it's a
You guys not know
cameo?
that?
No, I
That's
did.
maybe what
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
forgetting.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I know I'm forgetting something.
I think I missed that.
And that might just be what it is.
Their costumes are like, the old school, like I think it's the 80s cartoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's them.
Oh, that's so funny.
The bad pictures.
Oh my
but
god, that is really funny.
See,
That's
that's
such a
like
good. That's a
actually the old
good.
school-
That's a deep cut. I like it.
Yeah,
That's-
it's a good cut, and I think the main one that stands out for me is the guy in like the yellowy
Mhm.
outfit or whatever. But yeah, they like included that. I
Yeah.
think that's really fun.
Yeah.
And that's when like these people actually care. They have the
Yeah.
respect for it. But one thing I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
on.
sure there's so many things in this movie that like, some guy on YouTube has done like a 15-minute video of 45 things wrong with the D&D.
Sure.
Yeah.
The one that breaks me a little bit as a player, when Doric is spying right after the Mordekainen part, she wild shapes 6 times,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
you would not be able to do until you were a
No.
level 20 druid, which would mean a lot of the things that are a problem for her in this movie, as far as like the level of magic she could cast and ruin everyone's day, would not be a problem. But she does it 6 times when realistically I'd imagine she can do it 2 times because she's not a level 20 druid.
Yeah.
But she changes into 6 different animals. And I did a rewind and recount because I was like, let me make sure.
You
yeah.
did the math on it all.
Committed to it, I respect
Just
it.
like making sure I caught all of them. But yeah, that would be not possible when you kind of think about the level that they kind of are.
Mhm.
It never expressly says it, of course, because they're not levels and
Yeah,
these
they
characters.
can't,
But
Yeah, it's taking a little bit of liberty with that one.
yeah, but based on what they're doing, I mean, she'd be able to cast world-shattering 9th level spells if she could do that at level 20. So, I don't think it's a thing.
Fair.
The one thing they didn't do, here's my gripe. Here's what they did. Simon didn't just cast Fireball in a small room. Just annihilate
didn't.
everyone.
Which, who knows? Maybe he's like a level 4, and that's where they're
Yeah.
about, and that's why he doesn't know it. Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that I'd have to double check my own knowledge of gravity.
I was a sorcerer
Whatever.
at one point. I was a Nicolas Cage themed.
Yeah,
I just was doing
good.
a Nicolas Cage impression the entire time.
Smart.
I would frequently be like, Fireball, and they'd be like, we're in a tiny room. Demon would be like, roll. Too late. You've said it.
I will say the gravity spell he casts in the church, which he says is basically an accident, is a 7th level spell out of the 9th levels that are there. So he would be essentially a pretty high level sorcerer to be able to do
Mhm.
that. So
But he lacks
Fair.
the confidence.
I
to
was
do
gonna
it.
say the whole
Yep.
thing is that it's just
He's
I think
secretly
that's fun.
he's
Yeah.
secretly
Yeah.
a 10 with the confidence of a 4.
yeah. I will also to ask a question about D&D, I suppose, because I wrote this in my notes. I wrote
Can't you just open it with magic?
no,
Just
I
kidding.
I wrote big fan of Fat Dragon.
Yes,
Oh my
what's-
gosh.
That
Is that a
also-
guy in the game? Not to sound dumb,
Not
but it
that I
happened, and
know.
I was like, love that.
I'm sure there is. There's a ton that I obviously don't know because I can't know it all, but I feel like you just got to have fun with it, and just sometimes you're like, I want a dragon, but they're gonna be fat. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the way it like slides down the thing, and also like
amazing.
the fire like having like a delayed start is all very good, and getting to use his little like lighter trick
Yep.
or whatever, bringing that back, I think is very fun.
I think he is an actual thing in D&D.
Fair.
Thember Chod, whatever how you pronounce it, but
I
I
will
think that was the
say
name they gave him.
if we're talking to briefly touch back on gripes, I suppose. I don't have a big problem with this, but there is that moment where as we kind of we go through the arena and all this other stuff, when Simon Justice Smith, when he goes against, I cannot remember the name of the antagonist, the witch,
Sophina.
Sophie.
Sophina.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Which does
Sophrina.
sound kind of like a made up name. Like
Yeah, I'm
someone,
like, huh?
like someone's girlfriend was playing in the campaign, and
Yeah.
they're like Sophie, like
Sophina.
Sophina, try it.
Yeah.
But
you are Sophina. I made this character
Is
as
the last
easy as
minute, yeah.
possible,
I think
and you will be Jarnathan.
what I'd give to be Jarnathan whenever he gets here.
Yeah, he still hasn't texted me back.
Is he on Find My? Is he on your Find My?
No, he
you
wouldn't
check?
share my
Find
location.
me
I tried to
Jarnathan?
get him that. And he said he didn't want me to know where he was at all times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that seems like what is Jarnathan up
He said
to?
it was an invasion of his privacy. So
Well, get
mm.
fucked. No. We are your friends and we care about
I
you.
just want to make sure you get from point A to point B. And if you're not texting me, I want to know why you're ignoring me.
Exactly. I don't have many friends that are have wings and are bird people,
I
so
know.
I'm curious.
How am I
Um,
supposed to get off the second floor today?
Yeah. I needed you to pick me up from school. But
Thanks, Dad.
as
No.
kind of a gripe, if Jonathan was my dad, all would be right. But no, I think the fight between Sophina and Simon is
I gave the dog a mohawk. Sorry.
no fair. I think it's a little. I don't think it's bad, but it's just the fists, the two fists, kind of like
at the
fighting each
end,
other is a little.
I kind of love it. It kind of reminds me of Super Smash, but
There's a bit of me where I'm like, oh, it's a thumb war basically, which is
Yeah.
kind of fun.
It's like
The
slightly
tumbleweed
cheesy,
is funny.
but it's one of those things that's like, those are D&D spells that you like see and you're like, oh, that's what it would look like. And there's that moment of being cool
Mhm.
because it's like, you read the description of mold earth and you're like, okay, like I can move the earth and make shapes, but then like they do it and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like that's dope.
I think we get a lot of the obviously them like pretending that they're doing the
Mhm.
time stop spell. Like there is a lot of fun stuff that
That's
happens.
good.
I think the movie when they are just the two of them in that courtyard, the movie frames it as like now the two wizards are about to fight.
A little bit,
And
yeah.
then it kind of quickly stops
Yeah.
with that vibe. And that might be the joke, but I don't feel like in a movie that is this smart and clever in its
Mhm.
comedy, it does feel like we kind of just move past it
Yeah,
a
it
little
was
bit.
like that. It kind of boils down to like, well, Chris Pine's kind of the lead, so we kind of have to have him get the like
Yeah.
upper hand on it ultimately.
And when the whole
Um,
team is fighting against her and they're doing kind of like a quote unquote Avengers, of
Yeah,
everyone doing
there's
their
like
attacks.
a 5-on-1,
Which is solid.
I think
That's
I think
great.
it's
Really
really
well.
great.
Because D&D, if you guys remember, like from combat, and for those of you who don't know, when you play combat, each round is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And you kind of get those moments within that last battle where you're like, oh, that was a round, because it's like
Mhm.
everyone essentially gets their turn. And it's like those quick moments, like in our heads as us nerds sit around a table for 3 hours
Yeah, arguing about
For-
what move to do.
for 45 seconds of combat in real time, in
Yeah.
game time. Like it's one of those things, where it's just like, oh, this is like what those moments look like in our heads.
Yeah.
Where it's
Mhm.
just like spell, hit, spell, like all this stuff, like counter. And I think they do a really good job of like really visualizing what those big nerd moments are
Yeah.
in our head when we're doing these things. So we're just like, I'll cast fireball over there. And it's like, no, this is what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
You can
It's,
really-
it's all happening very quickly.
yeah, they do it well in that. But
Hell yeah.
Also a big fan of when they have the fake Chris Pine doing the distraction when they
Yes.
I
break
was
in,
gonna
and then he
say-
starts to glitch it.
that one's hilarious. One of the videos I watched, the guy who was like tripping out about it, he's like, "What magic is this?" or whatever he
Yeah.
says, or which witchcraft or devilry, like
Yeah.
whatever it is, and how like the people who are acting it are just pouring so much,
It's so
and
good.
it's so good.
Yeah.
And again, a shout out to not specifically in terms of Pine being my favorite Chris, but like I
Say it one more
but
time.
Pine's my favorite Chris.
Mm.
But what I think is a
my favorite too.
testament to movie stars. I don't know if we talked about this on the show, but we've talked about this outside of the show.
Mhm.
That there's
We
that.
don't talk out. Do you
That's
guys talk
true.
outside the show?
No,
Am
I was
not
talking
in
about
the group chat or
me
something?
and Bean.
Oh,
talking.
okay, yeah.
That there's a conversation about someone asked a question once. It was like, I can't remember who it's attributed to, but it is do you think John Wayne is a good actor? And someone said, I don't know if he's a good actor, but he's a terrific movie star. That there's
True.
there's a quality about movie stars that actors, all generally all movie stars are actors, but there is a quality that I think can elevate someone to movie star.
Mhm.
And this is not a knock against any actor, but some people Pine has this there's something about him. And when he shows up in that scene and he's playing the lute, something that is objectively ridiculous, that and I think, could be interpreted a million different ways. He plays it, I think, the best way that you can play it.
Yeah.
There is a cheekiness to him. There is a way that he's able to buy that, like, that people are like buying into with, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He is so charm is one of the words of it. But when I was watching that, I was like, that is one thing that, like, speaking, I don't know, as an actor, like Dave, I don't know if you like watching it, I was like, if I was in his shoes and had to do that scene, I'm probably fucking it up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably not doing it very well. And he makes it look effortless.
Yeah. Well, this
He's the actual bard. Like he
is. And
the
it's,
bard.
and it's like funny to be like the lead character of the movie is the bard, like probably like the like functionally speaking, like one of the like last characters you think of to do, like unless you're just like a longtime player and you just really want to dick around, like then you'd go bard if you have like some fun like shenanigans you're trying to do. But usually like the story is not going to like rest on your shoulders as a bard in there, because like just like functionally speaking, as a character, it's like hard to do things beyond like buffing other people and stuff like that. And obviously there's the charisma and stuff like that. But it's like, it's really funny that like for like an action hero, he's like, I'm gonna be the silly guy now.
No.
And that's the thing. He doesn't really hit people, which is why it's so true to the Bard. It's like,
Yeah.
he's the leader. He's the one that talks. He's
makes
like,
plans
he
and
plays
fail.
that role. Yeah. He does it all really well, but like you get him in a battle and it's like, he's nothing really
He's
without
just
his
out
team.
there trying to
right?
get his ropes off still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lucky if he gets one good
Yeah.
hit in.
One Piece. Jumping
Good
to
show.
The anime.
True. Jumping
Season
to
2 coming out.
Yeah,
March.
the Bradley Cooper.
Oh
part.
yes. I
Yes.
love this scene.
I forgot
it's
about
one
it.
of my favorite scenes of all time, I think.
100%
Second
forgot that
watch.
he's in this. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's in this.
Mostly just because of the sincerity of like, I hope you find what you're looking for out there. Like I
The-
really do. I miss you, but you know that chapter's closed.
The
Like it's just
one
like no malice.
that
like-
I wrote was I think it's when she asks, does she make you happy? And he goes, she doesn't make me weep in the small hours, wondering where she is. And the sincerity yet
Just, like,
again.
echoing like Ocean's 11
I was
or
gonna
something.
say, it does make me
Delivery.
cry.
Man.
It's
it's
the
so good.
sincerity of that scene is so funny. And then even she's just like, damn it, I fucked up this relationship. Like I have to let him go. This is closure. This is closure.
And you still feel, at least for me, I guess, I don't know if this is a experience with D&D type of thing, but I still felt like this is a conversation between a player and a DM.
It is. And also it is
And the
so
DM is having
having-
too much fun.
It is, and having like Bradley Cooper, they're like, well, what does he look like? What does the boyfriend look like? And they're like, I don't know, Bradley Cooper.
He
And
looks
then
like
it's just
Bradley
Bradley
Cooper.
Cooper's
Right?
like in the scene.
100%.
It is I will say, because I feel like we have a history on this show of celebrating and putting together the club of big guy in coat, little guy in shades.
Yes.
I think it would be remiss of us to not give our thoughts on whether or not Bradley Cooper is in the little guy in shades club. I have an opinion, but I want to hear your guys' opinion.
The thing that he doesn't have shades is the thing.
He doesn't feel cool enough to me to
That's-
wear
That's also
shades.
part of it. He just seems a little too nerdy.
He
for
dumped
it.
the main character. Like one of the main
Yeah.
characters. Like,
This-
come on.
This is what I think, and I've been battling with this the whole season, trying to figure out what exactly makes a big guy in a coat and a little guy
Yeah.
in shades. I think a big guy in a coat is a guy who's a genuine sweetheart, but is so caught by themselves
Yeah.
that they don't want the business of anybody else.
Would we say that Thumberchod, the dragon, is the big guy in the coat?
Ooh.
I think there's a stronger argument for him to make the big guy coat club.
I would say Michelle Rodriguez is
I think
given big
so.
guy in a coat energy
yeah, yeah.
of the like.
Does she wear a
I'm-
big coat? She's kind of in the winter scene. Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
I'll count it.
Yeah.
Boom.
With Cooper, because it's the contrast.
Yeah, yeah.
The big guy in the coat is I feel like such a fucking idiot. It's like this, but trying to speak this intelligently.
This is our lore. Okay, we can.
The big guy in a coat is a guy who cares about everyone else, but is trying to pretend like
Yeah.
they doesn't.
Yeah.
The little guy in shades is a guy who's just fucking doesn't give a shit. Is so
Yeah,
bothered.
yeah.
The whole thing with Joe Cool is that he's
too cool.
that's his name, dude. That's his name. Like the
This little guy.
the Squirtle Squad is like hanging out.
Yeah, they're too cool.
Yoda, I would say, is kind of a little guy in shades. Does not wear
He's cool.
shades, but it's
Yeah,
like
but he's cool.
He doesn't
smacking
care.
Luke with the stick.
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And also in the past, you just like lopping heads
Like,
off
you
left
could-
and right.
There's almost a piece, and I don't know where the line is for some people, where like you could swap out little guys in shades within movies, and it would be the same movie.
Yeah.
Squirtle Squad hitting Luke, same
energy.
movie.
Same
Same
movie.
energy.
Same movie.
Cooper is too, and I say
He's-
this, it's nice of him that he is, but he's too emotionally intelligent. I think to
Yeah.
be a little guy in shades.
Yeah, well, because like deep down he is bothered by things, and so he would
Yeah.
if he was a little dude,
He's
in
not
shades,
cool.
he would just be still hanging out with her.
A
you
little
know?
guy in shades isn't bothered at all.
No,
He
exactly.
would have been like, I
exactly.
waited for you.
Yeah.
He'd be
He
like,
didn't.
"Ain't nothing but a thing. I've been waiting for you to figure out your ish, girl," and then they would have just picked up where they left off.
He would have gone like this.
For those of you listening, he mimed opening sunglasses with the flick of a wrist and then put them on.
And chill
then
out.
Followed by aura farming.
Yep. And if you want to see how good or bad it was, because I did not watch it, you can watch it on YouTube and let us know.
Also watch it because there's a dog and you can see him sometimes.
That's true. But yeah, I think Cooper,
This
great
is how we're
in
gonna
this
get our
movie.
subscribers. They're gonna see the dog and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Who's the dog?"
Smart.
Mm-hmm. I'll wear him on my head next time.
I think Cooper is great in this scene.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's in this movie, but I'm happy that he is.
He's trying to do the
seems-
Matt
Not that he's
Damon
too
thing,
good
you know?
for it, but
It's-
I don't think that.
I feel like it's one of the ones like he was around the studio. They walked outside and we're like, "Hey, wait, you want to be in a movie?"
Yeah,
it's
it kind of feels like they're like,
And they were just like
for like a cup of coffee,
And they were just like, "Hey, your wife is coming by. She was in jail for a few years. You've broken up and moved on. Go." Like
yeah.
it's
that's
so-
all they did for him.
Yeah, well, it
Also,
feels
you're
like
small.
he was like because he's like small. They probably shot him on a green screen, and Michelle
Yeah.
Rodriguez probably did not act with him at all. They probably last minute said it'd be
Yeah.
really funny if we could get someone famous, and he just came in and sat in the chair.
I do feel the need to shout out because we're talking about Cooper in this. That there's a film reviewer YouTuber that I've followed for a long time named Carson Runquist, and I follow him on Letterboxd, and his Letterboxd review for this movie is a win for short kings everywhere,
So true.
and valid,
Yeah,
real and true in a
yeah.
sense.
I was gonna say I think Cooper is trying to do the Matt Damon thing where he just shows up for 2 seconds and then vanishes.
Into that, Damon is the king of that.
Damon is the king of
Damon's so good at that.
that. Yeah, dude. When he showed up in Interstellar for the first time, my jaw dropped. I was like, what?
He's got so many of
And the
those.
best part was,
Interstellar?
yeah,
Is he the Martian in that movie?
yeah.
Exactly.
He's actually doing the exact thing he does in The Martian in that movie.
Well, The
Love it.
Martian is an extended cameo, right?
Yeah.
It's still a cameo, but
an
he's just in
extended
the
cameo.
beginning and end of the movie.
Yeah, the movie's actually about Jessica Chastain and trying to get back to him.
I'd be okay with that. That movie's good.
I love The Martian.
take, The
I
Martian.
genuinely think that movie's phenomenal.
Well, that movie didn't that movie get nominated for some?
it
Academy
was
Awards?
nominated for a bunch of awards. I don't think it really won many ultimately, but
Yeah,
but-
it was probably one
but
of
it
the
was-
11
it-
movies Ridley Scott
that
made.
movie
year.
was like financially and critically very successful. That was like a big win for Ridley Scott and Matt Damon.
true.
Yeah.
Damon, good stuff.
Yeah, good
Love
stuff.
Damon.
Good stuff.
Do we have any thoughts about the movie itself before we talk about kind of our scores about the narrative
Yes.
runway?
I have a few more notes. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
want to
yeah. No,
mention.
no.
So,
Lead the
yeah.
way. Lead the way.
I didn't say it earlier; it just felt too early. But Zank is like the perfect NPC.
He is.
He plays the NPC, and they see like he has his lines, and to me it
He
feels
has
more
his
like
speeches.
video game NPC energy,
He
which I
is,
like.
yeah.
Sure.
But he plays that perfect thing where this is an OP character. He just stabbed a dragon in the head for you to save your life. But he's not going to join your party.
No, you have to.
The
you have to
DM
set-
put some training wheels because this was too high of a level of a dungeon for you. But guess what? The key is in there and you need it. So
Yeah.
here's a little bit of a
We're
friend
gonna
for a little
nerf it
bit.
because we have to do the thing,
And
and
Yeah.
we want to see you
he's
guys succeed.
leaving, he's gone, guys. And then they're like, "But where does he go?" And he's like, "He just walks. Like he just keeps walking.
He's like,
He's
"I'm on
roams
just
my
in
way,
a straight
bum, bum,
line
bum, bum,
because his
bum,
code
bum,
told
bum."
him run that way."
Yeah, until he finds a new campaign of people
I
that
think
he can
it's
help out with for 20 minutes.
So funny, and I think he delivers it so well. I'm bad with actors. For those of you who don't know me, I don't know names. I don't know
Mhm.
other movies. I haven't seen a lot of movies, so me being a part of the show is ironic in general. But I don't know if I've seen him in anything else. But he is
Because
phenomenal.
he's Bridgerton.
Oh,
right?
wait,
That's the big
he
show.
gets-
is he in something? I think I actually looked it up, or was
He-
it someone else?
He
Yeah.
was in a movie this year called Black Bag,
Which very good.
which
and
we
he's
saw is
very
quite
in that.
good. He's good
It's-
in that.
Sounds like a scary movie.
No, it's a spy thriller.
No, it's a spy thriller. It's like
You
a
said thriller,
It's like
though,
a.
so-
Yeah,
light thriller.
It's almost like more like a thriller in the sense of like we're looking for a murderer kind of thing.
yeah.
Sounds scary.
Like it's almost like more like a whodunit, but with more early James Bond overlay.
He's in Harry Potter.
He's in Harry Potter.
No,
Who is he in Harry
Don't
Potter?
pretend he's in
Deathly
Harry
Hollows
Potter.
Part 1.
is he really? Who is he?
Because Bridgerton, Dave, you're right. Bridgerton
is
is
he
what
like Buckle
gets
Beach
him
Slug
blown up.
Buff, like
Yeah.
Buggleborf.
Sluggy Buff.
Throw some Scrabble
Dingledorf.
tiles on the ground. You're bound
Yeah,
to come
yeah.
over the Harry Potter
just
name.
throw some like bags down the
he's-
stairs. See
He's
what
not on the
sounds
short
like.
list. I feel like you have to look up specifically who he is, but I'm not going to
Yeah,
do that.
who is he in
It's probably
Harry
like-
Potter?
We'll have to find it out.
He's one of the guys who gets thrown around for James Bond all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
which honestly,
that could be fun.
I'm behind that, I think.
I
I'm
can see
into
that.
I do think right now my number one is Jonathan Bailey.
I was gonna say that. We'll talk about that next week. I
Just gonna
think.
say,
a
well,
lot.
I think
Daniel
we,
Craig, but-
I think we talked about it a couple. Didn't we talk about it a couple weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago that we had spoken about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
because we
we've already talked about it. But I was like, I'm gonna talk about more next week.
record just whatever the next week's episode is.
Yeah, I think we've already said what we're gonna do next week, but
Well, because
Yeah,
I
it
think
would have been 2 weeks ago.
that episode already came out.
This is today. That was that one.
We record these
no,
episodes.
I know, but I mean like because next week we're
More.
doing Wicked, so I'm just saying that I want to talk more about.
we've
James.
already done that.
We've already done Wicked. For
For
those
within-
of you listening,
I'm woozy
Dave
from the
is a
time
time
tunnel.
traveler.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
woozy from the time tunnel.
um,
You're right. Yeah, they're coming out. in
you
different
guys have
orders.
already listened to the Wicked episode, of course.
By
so
the
I hope you
time-
enjoyed
That's so
it.
funny. As I'm like trying to explain, I'm like, no, I just mean because like,
You're like,
the
no,
thing-
guys,
You
come
guys are
on.
like, no, we understand what you're
do you-
doing, Dave. You're rolling a 1.
I will.
We understand you're not getting it.
By the time when we're recording this,
This
the
is the
Halloween series has not finished, and so
Oh yeah, you're right.
we have previously discussed Wicked, and we have discussed Wicked for Good, a movie we haven't seen yet.
Wow, that's a wild one.
Oh wow.
The Wicked for Good,
Yeah.
the movie that we have
That was
currently
such
watched.
a good movie. I loved that episode.
Yes.
That joke I made at 45 minutes. Oh,
Quite good,
Quite good.
killer joke,
Quite
killer
good.
joke.
Yeah.
Did
and all
not-
the thoughts about who should be the next James Bond. It was a great conversation.
It's true. We can't talk about that though.
No, we can't.
we haven't. We can do whatever we want. This is Dish's show.
there's no rules.
With
there are
his
no
approval,
rules.
we can do whatever
The
we
DM
want.
says yes.
Yeah.
But
He's giving me a +10 to my roll, so I don't
Hey.
get us out of here
With advantage. All
with
right.
Yes.
advantage.
Back in.
but
Back
yeah,
in, yeah.
I think Razor John Page would be a good Bond.
I think you would. Yeah,
Not
I'm,
my
I'm also
favorite,
with you. I'm also leaning
Bailey's
towards
my-
Bailey.
Bailey's
I
my
think.
guy.
But yeah,
Both of them.
Yeah, both
at
of
the
them.
same time.
Just do both and see which one does
Two-handers.
better.
They-
In alien
no,
situation.
no. They should be standing next to each other at all times,
All
like
times.
in Sunny?
like Dennis and
They
Where
can be
they're
like,
both Jerry.
Dennis and
we have a bond.
or
a
it's-
James Bond.
There you go. Into that.
I got Dave with that one.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to bring it back in
That was
and
good,
say
that
my
was good.
next note.
Go for it.
I love the sending stone when Simon is like, take this. They're like, this is a rock.
Lilith is just like blatant. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking?
she also kind of feels like someone's girlfriend got dragged into the game a little bit, but she's
Little
playing
bit.
it earnestly.
Yeah,
she's very
because she
very
also
good at
kind of doesn't want to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the energy.
But
she
she's
has.
also like, but you tied this to my backstory as a druid, so I'm gonna.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, you kind of made me important, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
'cause I want
So
you to
she
be
is.
happy, but like,
Yeah. My last note before, if we want to go to the scores, if you guys have
Yeah.
nothing else,
this. I'll text mine.
the final Jarnathan. The end, because she's like, this has happened before. Jonathan.
He did text me. He just said,
I
"Sorry, still
love
running
it.
late. Be there soon." I don't.
God damn it. Well,
I
can you
don't
tell
know.
him to send in his score?
But he
Yeah.
sent that. He sent that in all first letter code, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
what a guy, John.
I have the
Yeah.
scores. I know my secret score in my head.
All
Are we
right.
doing this live?
Do we want to do? I know
Oh.
generally we do like Dave does his, I do mine, and then you do
I'll,
yours
I'll
off
do my
camera.
last. Yeah.
Do you want to? Yeah, you can do your last and give maybe the total score,
Yeah.
and then go into yours.
Go for it. Yeah.
You want to go first, Dave?
Yeah. Do you want to reiterate the rules for the score, or do you think we've done
No.
it enough times where we
I
can
could do
just
it.
jump in it? Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it real quick, just in case.
Just in
is
case
any-
this was your first
In case this is
episode.
your first episode and you don't understand what the score does.
our
this is
first
the-
your first episode of Dishes Show.
Yeah.
So for those of you who maybe do not know or maybe accidentally skip this part or purposefully skip this part when you're listening to previous episodes,
Yeah. One day we'll figure out time codes and then.
yeah,
True.
we have a ranking system here called the We Need One Score, where we kind of dictate or decide how we feel about a movie, and it is quantified within 3 categories.
We should make a clip of this and we could just play it every time.
We actually did, and we didn't do it. I was
We never
editing.
did anything.
I
with
was
it,
editing
yeah.
an episode this week,
Oh.
and for this coming week, and I literally was like stumbling through the folders, and I was like, "Oh, there's the video where we describe the new score that we didn't post."
I did
Say
that
la
because
vie.
we were missing like one of the angles, and I was like, "Let me dig through. Maybe I put it in the wrong folder." And then I found it. I'm like, "Well, I forgot we did this at
Yeah,
all."
well, maybe do something.
But I
like
think
that.
Season
it was,
2.
I do
Yes.
think wasn't it the old version though, or
No,
was
it's
it
for the new one.
Was the new
Was-
version? Okay.
I think for the new one.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I'm a time
Anyways,
traveler.
doesn't matter.
Like
As
I
you
said,
Yes.
I'm frequently lost, even when I'm
First-
not time traveling. It's
Hey.
probably the ADHD.
It's okay. I understand. I can't time travel, but
Attention
I do
span
have ADHD.
is definitely where I robbed some points out of attention span and threw them into other categories.
Hey, into time travel.
Yes.
But to look at the We Need One score, first category is going to be quality of film. This is kind of a general, like a Siskel and Ebert, thumbs up, thumbs down. We do allow half points for all
Half
of these
points, yeah,
categories.
totally okay.
But quality of film is kind of the first category. Just a general overview. Do you think this is an effective movie? Are the characters strong? Is it well structured, well paced? What it is trying to achieve, is that it achieving that well and successfully? Point number 2 is to rewatchability. If this is a movie that you think works, how often are you willing to revisit the movie? Do you want to, jump back into this world in this installment? And then moving into number 3 on our rating system, which is the kind of thesis of the show called narrative runway, which is, if you like this world, can you also see it going forward? Whether that's plot threads, character threads, whether they're leading up to something that you think is interesting. Are there thematic avenues that you think they could explore? And so on and so forth. So with those, we kind of add those up. Each of us get the possibility to give a total 3 out of 3. If everyone does the 3 out of 3, we get a 9. And then there is the option for one of us to offer a bonus point, which gets it into kind of our more board, where we put
Or
kind of
Hall of
our
Fame
Hall
or-
of Famers.
yeah.
Right now, Back to the Future is still the only one that's hanging up there. And we will see if maybe this is the week where we add a second one.
Was it?
Who knows? Maybe we added a second one in the episodes we haven't recorded yet. We don't know. But for right now, Back to the Future is just the one. Dave, do you want to give us your Weenie One score?
Yes, I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 3. I think it ticks all the boxes quite nicely. It's, as we talked about this a little bit. I mean, this is only the second time I've rewatched it, but I was very invested on the second go. I laughed at all the same jokes the exact same way I laughed the first time. I think I'll probably rewatch it a couple more times and have a similar experience. I think the characters are interesting. I think the fact that they clearly could do more adventure there is room for stuff. I guess there's not like specific character beats to do, but like I could see them going on another adventure, and that is also of the nature of D&D in itself, is to just go on to the next quest. So it's kind of built in a little bit. And then story. I just really enjoyed this movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
I also gave it a 3 out of 3. This movie's getting some momentum in the We Need One score. In terms of, quality of film, I think this movie is very generally, like I said, I know it doesn't necessarily break any molds. It is leaning into some of the cliches of the genre of Joseph Campbell or whatever you want to call it. But I do think it is really effective in that. I think it is very clever in its plotting and its structure, and I think is able to incorporate a tone that is kind of really hard to pull off and maybe doesn't get talked about enough. In terms of rewatchability, it is deeply rewatchable. It's incredibly fun. It makes me feel like I'm watching like the best movies, like adventure movies from the 90s, is kind of how it feels. And I certainly would revisit these characters in this installment. In terms of narrative runway, I think it makes a strong case that I want to see these characters on another adventure. I think there is some dangling plot threads. As a character I cannot remember the name of right now. It starts with an S that they reference at the end of the movie might be coming for them, which they're...
Oh yeah, it's probably the head red wizard guy.
Yes,
probably.
I believe so. So
they're still out there. Yeah, they only beat one in this one.
There is some runway with there. Obviously, Hugh Grant is still out. There is that whole thing that Regé Jean Page, puts him in jail, and then all this other stuff.
Yeah,
so he could potentially, breaking out is not maybe the most ground for narrative runway. The thing that really gives me the full point actually is, and Dave, you kind of briefly touched on this, is the inherent DNA of Dungeons & Dragons is for future campaigns. So my take actually on a sequel, because there has still been, this movie unfortunately was not profitable in a way that they could immediately greenlight a sequel, but apparently talks are not completely out of the question.
Yeah.
My thought with this, and I remember thinking this leaving too, and I'm not the only person who's thought this, but I will say it on this show. I actually think there's a lot of runway in terms of leaning into the D&D multiple campaigns and doing an anthology sequel.
Oh.
I think it would actually be more interesting to take this same core cast of Pine, Lillis, Rodriguez, Smith, Hugh Grant. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Jarnathan.
Yeah.
The core cast.
The core cast.
Yeah. The core cast.
But taking the main group of actors and putting them in a completely different scenario.
I agree with that for sure.
There's a show called Miracle Workers, which has Steve Buscemi and Daniel Radcliffe and some other people that I'm forgetting to mention right now. But they're like an anthology show where it's the same cast every time, but it's in like different time periods, and their relationships are different, and the character types are different. And I think that with this group would be quite fascinating.
It could be a lot of fun, yeah.
So I give it the full 3 out of 3. Dish, do you want to give the full score and then go into your breakdown?
I feel like
Or how do you feel?
Given my breakdown for the most part, my reason for choosing this as the I need one more, I feel like it might be obvious. The only question I would really have is, have we made a name for our Hall of Fame?
We've talked about the We Need One More board, but I am open to, it's a bit of a mouthful.
Did you have a name?
I don't have a name, but I have another entry.
Oh, shit.
Because this one will get all 3 standard points from me as long as as well as my wild card. I will give it the 4th. I will get it to 10 because this movie's phenomenal.
I agree. I was actually thinking I was gonna if I
didn't
use the point, I was gonna use
I felt
my
the
point for this
energy
one,
from all of us because it's solid.
No, it is. I mean, like we've done a bunch. We just did all the
Halloween movies.
Halloweens in terms of recording and stuff, and it was like, wow, these are like we're not really doling out points.
They were
all
going
on these
low.
ones. We were going real low on those ones. And so it's like
what we
watching
did to
this
Wicked
movie,
last
it's like,
week. I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's just like, but then like watching this movie, it's just like it's so fun, and it's like that thing of like this movie would have done really well in the DVD era. Like this would have made all the money back on that side. And
everyone
like,
would have. It feels like a classic family.
It
movie.
wouldn't even be like a what if. Like we would have just been like, no, we're gonna do one. Like it did okay when it opened and it did it, but yeah, Paramount really, I think, just dropped the ball on the marketing on this one and the week that came out. Like that.
It came out in February, right?
Yeah, it was like February in between 2 much more anticipated movies, I believe.
It was not marketed very much. It's really a shame because these are one of those movies where like, you know, I am not. You know, we talk about a lot of IP and like big blockbuster stuff on this show. That is not primarily my cinematic taste. Like I do go, you know what I mean? Like not to be like, I like artsy movies too, but like, you know, it's one of those things where like I am aware that this is like $150 million movie that stars very famous people. It's not like this is necessarily an underdog in a vacuum if you just break down its components.
It was also after the Stranger Things hype of D&D.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So like people are already like, oh yeah, D&D.
So it's like
what's that about?
But this is a movie that feels, and this is the thing, and where we I think like talking about narrative runway, and part of I think what inspired the show is that a lot of times blockbuster movies in this day and age can feel very lazy and very mandated, and this movie is an exception to that rule. I am all for big blockbuster movies like a Barbie or, you know, I'm trying to think of another Superman or Black Panther or Into the Spider-Verse, of big budget movies that are intentional. And this is one of those movies that I think is, you know, is just as intentional and wants and is made with love and made with care and has a take. And I wish that we could have seen it reach the heights that I think it frankly deserved.
Yeah. Even on a mid-budget.
That's true. I mean, here's the thing.
I think I've lost all credibility as a movie guy calling this a mid-budget movie.
You're just on a different level.
I just genuinely didn't know the budget. I'm actually surprised it costs as much as it
feels like a movie that costs $80.
It does. That's the thing. And I think that's also part of
which is mid-budget for an action movie.
$80 million for everyone else listening that doesn't understand that.
Yeah, I meant $80.
No, but it is. I think that unfortunate thing of like for a movie that costs as much, it probably should look a little bit better. But again, I love this movie. Yeah. It doesn't like take away from this movie because it's still, I think it works pretty much on every other level that it needs to, and it's so much fun.
I heard 128 million was just to get Hugh Grant.
Damn. I'm just kidding.
I was
just kidding.
I will say to your defense,
that's
Dave,
the thumbnail.
To your defense, Dave, of the 150 million thing. In a world where most blockbuster movies, Marvel movies, cost $300 million, half of that budget being 150, you can unfortunately,
Yeah.
make the argument that $150 million is slowly becoming a mid-budget movie, which we will fight back against.
Yeah,
Please
we should
don't
fight
make
back.
that
We
the
should
case.
make that normal. Because yeah, I mean, it's like Oppenheimer costs less than this movie, and I mean,
Yeah.
look at that. I mean, granted, it's just people talking, so they can kind of take more time on certain things, and this one has a lot of special effects and stuff. But
I also think it's just going for a different
it is. I think it's got that thing
you
of
know what
like
I
it's a
mean?
comedy, so they want people
It
to be
should
able
be
to
brighter
clock
and-
that a little
sure.
bit. And again, that's just like a really nitpicky thing on it because I adore this movie. I really, really, I'd been wanting to rewatch it, and when you said this is what you wanted to do for the movie, I was so
Yeah,
excited
it's a
because I was
great
like,
choice.
I was literally thinking like, damn, we should have done that this season. I think there was time, and then you were like, I want to do it. I was like, yes!
This is one of
So
those.
I'm also excited this made it into the Hall of Fame for us.
Yes.
Because I think this is like the poster child for what we're talking about, like a movie that should be getting
Yeah.
a sequel. Like it has like every right.
It's one of those movies when
Other
I
than I guess box office, but
watching it again, I was like, this is one of those movies that in about 5 years, people are gonna be like, what the fuck did we do? Like,
yeah,
I think this will achieve a cult classic level where people
Yeah.
will be like, because you look back at movies like even like The Thing,
yeah,
like stuff like that. Like there are constant examples of movies that now in our current time we look back on certain movies and we're like, oh, that movie must have been a massive hit, right?
yeah.
And it's like, no.
No, yeah, like when I found out The Thing bombed when it came out, both critically and commercially, I was like, what?
Yeah.
How? You know?
And this feels like one of those movies where in the future people will be like, Palm Springs is a movie that I feel the same way. Obviously, that was because of the pandemic. It went
Yeah,
straight
no.
to Hulu. But like,
But that movie's phenomenal also.
that's one of those movies. Palm Springs in this movie, and there are other movies as well, but just in this, current conversation, where I feel like people will be like, that movie's really good. We don't talk, you know what I
no,
mean?
yeah, we don't give enough credit.
And we're here to say, fucking told you so.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Check the timestamps.
yeah,
Do this.
2025.
Spread the word. Get your friends to watch this movie. Let's get that sequel happening, guys. Come on.
For real. If you haven't watched the movie
Yeah.
and you decided for whatever reason, instead of watching the movie to watch a hour and a half long YouTube video just to understand the movie,
This is
Yeah.
talking about- this is talking
go
about-
watch it now.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, and there's lots we didn't talk about too. Like there's so much. Like we talked about how good the heists are, but we didn't really talk about the intricacies of
Yeah.
like those heists. But they're really fun to watch. Like
This
I'm
is-
probably
they
gonna go
are.
watch some clips like after everyone leaves today.
Yes. And I am very glad that it has reached our Hall of Fame board.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
That Back to the Future has a buddy up there, and
Yeah.
a very, very fucking just this movie's a blast.
Yeah,
Such a blast. Do we want to tease what is coming next week? I think I might know what it is, but I don't.
What is it, Matt?
I don't. Well, because if I say it, because I want to tee it up.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
have
tee it up.
I was thinking about it today, and I think I have a thing. If
Who
it's
Framed Roger Rabbit? No.
well,
That is close.
it's close. If it's what I think it is, I don't know.
I think they're the same plot.
That's
If
like
I'm-
I don't want to say what
if
I
I'm
was
not
going to say anymore.
Should I just do the tee up,
or at
and then
least
if
with
it's not
Ferngully.
okay?
What'd you
This
say,
is where this is
Ferngully?
my tee up. Okay, so
Same movie, right?
Yeah.
with-
Oh yeah, basically.
what I think with Dungeons and Dragons, one of the most wonderful things about this
Mhm.
this IP, for lack of a better word, in this movie, is its ability to take you to other worlds.
Mhm.
And next week, we're gonna hop in a helicopter. I don't remember what it's called in the movie, but we are going to.
Helicopter.
Is it just called a helicopter?
Probably. I don't know.
Is it helicopter?
That's a deep cut. I haven't
thank you
thought
for the
about that
deep
in a
cut.
long time.
Little college humor deep cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Do you want? Here, hold on.
dungeon. Here, wait. We're
We're good. We're good. We're good.
how much of this will
Dog.
be in the episode? Who knows?
All of it.
True.
There was no cuts in this.
There's
No cuts.
Sorry.
No
Hold
edits.
on. Wow. I
This is
jacked
maybe the most unhinged episode.
Yeah,
of this
this is.
season.
There's it. He wanted to be back in the episode, and then he like jumps like he won't jump on me because the mic's in the way, so
Well,
I had to like move it to pick him up.
Bean wants to hop with us to search for unobtainium.
Yeah.
He wants to be there so that we can explore and witness the magic that is the world of Pandora.
Yeah.
Next week,
Bum, bum, bum.
we will be starting. Just that's a Jurassic Park.
I had to stop at a certain point. We cannot afford that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Next
Every
week,
time I hum a theme song, we have to cut it because it costs like $10,000.
exactly. Next week we will be talking, as it has been explained in this very seamless transition. We'll be starting a series on Avatar.
Yes.
We'll be covering James
Last
Cameron's
Airbender.
Not the last Airbender.
Not the Last Airbender.
The
Okay.
blue one.
Blue people.
Yes, the Na'vi.
Ben Stiller.
Which
Jake Sully. You say Ben Stiller? Oh, because of the thing.
He
Yeah,
did a
that's
thing at
good.
the Oscar.
We will be covering obviously all three leading up to the new film
I was
Fire
gonna
and
say,
Ash.
yeah, which is our last series for this season. We
That's
have
true.
one more movie after that will be coming out for the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Our final.
But we are
series.
wrapping up, so get your tickets as soon as you can. Get ready to go
Yes.
see it. Listen
Yeah.
up.
Buy tickets to Fire and Ash.
I didn't want to say this before you had revealed it, but I think it's called the Blue Copter.
Is it? It might be.
No.
I don't know.
No, I don't think I've seen the movie in like 15 years, or at least whenever it
I
came
have
out.
not watched the first one.
I've
since
never
it came
seen the
out,
second one.
so- I saw the second one when it came out.
Dude,
also,
We'll
did
have to
not
check out the
rewatch
third
it.
one.
I did
but
witness The Way of Water
I have
Yeah.
also have a way with water.
Just get
Usually I
ready.
spill on
They
myself.
say
to meet Payakon.
it's not about the size of the wave, but the motion of the ocean.
I think that's the end of the episode.
Oh wait, no, guys, Jarnathan's here, so I should go get him.
Oh shit,
yeah?
we should go get
let's
Jarnathan.
go
Yeah,
get
okay,
really
we'll go
quick.
get him.
Hopefully
I'll
the
jump out
episode
the window
doesn't
to get him.
abruptly
Yeah.
end as Jarnathan is walking into the. Oh, there he is. Hey,
Oh,
hey!
hey!
Thank you for listening to We Need One More.
Be sure to follow us on socials like TikTok and Instagram at WNOM Podcast to stay up to date on upcoming episodes.
And feel free to join our Discord community where you can share your thoughts on the movies we're watching together. That's going to be at WNOM Podcast server with the link in the bio.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. That's the best way to support the show and to let us know that you need one more.
We'll see you next week. This podcast is produced by Pilot 9 and 9 Ball Creative.